Now at 10, the boyfriend of a woman shot and killed in Salt Lake City back in November speaking out tonight as her suspected killer facing murder charges is now out on bail. What he says happened the night his girlfriend was killed. Plus, ABC4 celebrating 75 years. We're throwing it back to our first ever broadcast. What it was like the day television was introduced to Utah. It's worth watching.
And a soggy start to spring. We're tracking additional wet weather for the first week of spring coming up in my full forecast.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Welcome to ABC4 News at 10. I'm Glenn Mills. Emily Flores has the night off. In a weather alert tonight, it is the first day of spring, but it didn't seem like it. This video from earlier this afternoon where drivers on the interstate saw whiteout conditions in some parts. Later, the sun coming out, making for a beautiful evening. Yes, these videos were taken just a few hours apart. Wouldn't expect anything less from springtime in Utah. Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy joining us now. And Alana, you don't like the weather 1 minute, just wait a few and you'll be just fine, right?
I've heard that once or twice in Utah. And yes, just a few hours into spring, we had active skies, rain, snow, thunderstorms, grapple, you name it, we dealt with it. And tonight we still have soggy conditions out there. It's a live look from our Utah Tech camera down there in southern Utah. We've got rain on the camera where it continues to come down in St. George, but we've dried out in other locations. You're noticing that precipitation there on the camera. Let's look at the storm tracker radar so you know exactly what we're facing. And as we take a check here, you're able to see in northern Utah up towards the Tooele Valley, we do have some snow showers and mixed precipitation as well as some rain right near the lake coming towards Magna, as well as some spotty snow showers towards the Ogden Valley, backside of the Wasatch, and near Cache Valley. Other than that, really, really quiet. Eastern Utah quieting down tonight, just a few showers towards Moab, but we jump down to southern Utah where Kane County is seeing a mix of rain and mixed precipitation as well as rain over in St. George. Now we will quiet into tonight, but that doesn't mean we're done. No, no, no. It was an active afternoon, and not just with rain. This was the thunderstorm view at Skyline High School. Look at that shelf cloud as the cold front swept through northern Utah, bringing an abundance of precipitation. Also dropped off some snow. This was the snow over in Duchesne, continuing to come down. Great shot here. We appreciate you sending that in. And as we look at the snow totals, we did pretty well from a quick moving front. First day of spring and measurable snowfall, and that includes in places like Heber, Neola, Clarkston, North Ogden got 1.5 inches, and in Beaver County over 1 inch there. Now, we are not finished. Nope, not even close, folks. We actually have another storm system moving in, and it's prompted new winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories. I'm going to break down the timing on these and the timing of the heaviest precipitation for tomorrow coming up in my full forecast in just a few moments. Glenn, over to you.
Thank you, Alana. A Kane County man charged with first-degree murder out on bail, and the victim's family is furious. ABC4's Courtney John speaking to the victim's boyfriend, who was there the night she was killed. She's live in studio with more on what he's saying. Courtney.
Yeah, Glenn, Matt Hightower says the only thing more baffling than letting Dustin Peterson out on $100,000 bail is how something so small escalated into him losing the love of his life.
This is how Matt Hightower wants to remember his girlfriend, Nicole Olson.
She had a way of making you see a better version of yourself than what you really saw.
Recorded the last night Nicole was alive. A different image haunts him.
There's a nurse on top of her doing CPR as they take her down the hallway in the hospital. And that was the last time I saw her.
It started at a nightclub when Matt says Dustin Peterson and another man approached Nicole and her friends.
Hey man, they're spoken for, like they're here with their guys right now.
During an argument, police say Peterson and his friend were kicked out of the club. But later that night, they run into each other at a parking lot. A fight starts. Police say Peterson fires 1 round into Nicole's chest and takes off in his BMW. Nicole dying at the hospital.
I'm thinking about how unbelievable it is that I'm having to be in this situation talking about a story that should never even exist.
Facing a first-degree murder charge, Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill requested Peterson be held without bail.
We asked for a no bail warrant because our thing is that nobody should, whether it's their wealth or connection or whatever, nobody should be able to bail out on given this kind of an allegation.
Gill says it's a rarity for someone facing a murder charge to be released on bail, but the defense pushed hard, sharing dozens of letters written by loved ones about Peterson's character.
What's the point of writing all this when you know the person that you're talking about killed an innocent woman?
Matt loves everything about this video because it shows the woman he fell in love with and reminds him of what he's fighting for.
He's there for a reason. We lost somebody for no reason. So when do we get to see the justice that we deserve for Nicole?
According to police, the 38-year-old's father convinced him to turn himself in 24 hours later. Peterson told police he fired the gun to scare the people who were fighting. Back to you.
Courtney, thank you. In Utah County, a petition now circulating to allow pride flags be displayed in classrooms at Lehigh's Skyridge High School. A student starting that petition, and it now has more than 1,300 signatures. Posted on change.org, the petition claiming the Alpine School District forced a teacher to take their pride flags out of the classroom after receiving complaints from a school Instagram photo. Now, that photo showing a pride flag in the background, but some students say those flags made them feel safe.
As someone who is a part of the LGBTQ community, I felt upset. I think it was unfair that a teacher who just wanted to talk about acceptance and love had to be asked to take them down.
The Alpine School District releasing a statement saying, in part, as we investigate this situation, we are carefully reviewing the Utah State Board of Education guidelines regarding the selection and adoption of instructional materials. Tomorrow, actress Gwyneth Paltrow will stand trial for a ski accident that happened back in 2016. A Utah man claims Paltrow crashed into him at Deer Valley, then took off with her instructor. He says the crash left him with multiple broken bones and a brain injury. He's now suing Paltrow and the ski instructor for nearly $4 million in damages. That trial set to begin in Park City at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is expected to last about a week. We will be there in Park City in that courtroom tomorrow, bringing you the very latest as this trial kicks off. So make sure to stick with us on ABC4 News for continuing coverage of the lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow. We'll keep you updated tomorrow and throughout the week as that trial is underway. Today, kicking off National Poison Prevention Week, and local health leaders want to make sure you know the risks. The Utah Poison Control Center getting around 40,000 calls per year, and more than half of those involve kids under the age of 6. Now, if not handled right, the consequences can be deadly. But it's not just children who need poison control from time to time. Adults do too. They say if you're worried you've been poisoned, don't waste time searching for answers online.
The best thing to do is, when in doubt, just give us a call. Okay. I mean, if it's not a problem, you'll have peace of mind when you talk with us.
That number to call that we have right there on the bottom of the screen, Sherry Pace says it's important to store items in the right place, also in the original container. This evening, a boy from Utah had a wish come true when he was surprised with a trip to Disney World. Make-A-Wish Utah partnering with Dutch Bros Coffee, breaking the news to 8-year-old Bennett with a Disney-themed scavenger hunt. The final clue revealing the big surprise. He was diagnosed with a rare cancer in his liver, spleen, and skull when he was just a baby. Last year, he had a liver transplant, which improved his health, and he qualified for a wish. And he is bound to have a good time.
They stay in a special resort down there, totally, completely set up to cater to the wishes of a child. For instance, they have an ice cream delivery 24 hours a day. They go through 523 pounds of ice cream toppings a year.
Bennett will be leaving on his trip to Florida with his family later this year. Coming up, ABC4's 75th anniversary just around the corner. What it was like the day TV was introduced to the state of Utah.
Plus, I want to show you 3 different scenarios from the first day of spring. Parowan bringing in the snow, clouds moving over the Great Salt Lake. Scott Taylor catching that one. And then this, last light at Mount Ogden from Keith Vaught. That was all today, folks. I feel like we need to buckle our seatbelts. Active skies are ahead. We're tracking our next storm in Utah's most accurate forecast.